You're listening to the Mind Hiking Podcast, episode Big 5-0. I'm your host, Brody Frye, and thank you guys for all your love and support. We got another 50 coming. I can't wait to do it again. And many more after that, not just another 50. But love you guys all, and this is kind of a celebratory episode, so I got my fiancé with me, and who better to have on the podcast than her for the number 50. So it's awesome, super exciting. I can't believe we're here already, and it's a big landmark. It's a big waypoint, but it's a waypoint, and we got way more to go. So keep tuning in for every episode. I appreciate all your support, and I have a lot of fun doing this for you guys, and we got plenty more to come. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Brody Frye, and here we dive deep into difficult questions. We'll map out thoughts, theories, and crazy ideas for the love of knowledge and growth. So, how do we answer some of the mind's toughest questions? This is the Mind Hiking Podcast. The Big 5-0, episode 50. And who better to have on than my lovely life partner.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little sleepy, not gonna lie.
Yeah. We're going to be straight up honest with this. I wanted this to be a big celebration, and you can see the dogs actually are going nuts right now. I think they're celebrating more than us.
Yeah, it's like the moment the collars come off, they're like,
yeah, they're like yeah, we're
out.
naked. Go running around the house.
Bailey like grabs on one of her toys that looks like a donut, and she grabs it from in the middle so it covers her eyes and everything.
She looks like a sunflower running around the house into walls. She doesn't even care. Full sprint everywhere. Yeah, no, they're celebrating more than us. They must know. Episode 50.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, we did struggle to find time to record this episode. I mean, I wanted to record this like a week, even 2 weeks ago. But you are a busy girl.
Yeah.
And I am proud of you.
Well, so I feel like it was a back and forth where, like, I'm really busy and you're really busy, and even if we both were home one night, it would be like either one of us is like, I'm not in the mood, you know, or like there was the one night we were gonna record, but then you ended up having to fix my car.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
Like we've been planning this for a while, but my car had issues, and then working and friends coming over.
Car's just like, not today.
No.
So wait. Before you crack that.
I know, I've been waiting. I want it so bad.
I know. What is that?
An Arnold Palmer.
Oh, wait. Fuck, we should have cracked it and then had the listeners guess.
That's what I was about to do,
Shit.
and you told me to stop.
Okay, well, crack it real close. Maybe nobody heard.
Okay, I haven't cracked a drink in the mic.
Struggles.
No, I'm doing it for ASMR.
Oh. Yeah. All right, now guess what that is. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, you just spilled it all over the mic. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I didn't.
All right, yep, that's a what?
Arnold Palmer.
Spiked.
Non-alcoholic.
No, I'm just kidding. No. Non-alcoholic. Okay, guess what this is. This is how you crack into a mic.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah. You can tell by the not fizz, high pressure, and foam afterwards that they're non-alcoholic, obviously.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell them what this is?
It's an Olipop drink. So basically, it's soda, but like healthier, and it's good for your gut. It's got like enzymes in it and digestive enzymes. So he's having a lemon lime one.
Yes.
But it's supposed to be like a healthier alternative for like a Sprite.
A new kind of soda supports digestive health. Yeah, this is my first time drinking this, so...
Yeah, those are typically my drinks.
I got this, and then I also got a wine glass next to it full of cranberry tropical fruit blend or something like that.
I think so.
It's like a cranberry tropical fruit blend, but it's like a off-brand name, so it's like...
Not chocolate milk?
Not chocolate milk, yeah.
Wow.
Yep, and then if I don't like that, then I got my water bottle next to it. So I got 3 drinks and you got your own
I walked in and I was like, why do you have multiple drinks?
Yeah, I'm like doing like a drink tasting here.
Well, if you don't like that,
I'm
then I'll
celebrating.
drink it.
Episode 50. It's crazy.
Woo!
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy how much time flies. Like, man, that's wild. And I'm pretty sure I only missed one Monday release.
I was literally going to say, that's what happens when you're freaking consistent.
Yep. Yeah. It's freaking awesome.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, just wait till the triple digits. I can't wait for that. That's going to come up in no time.
Yeah. We're going to get some balloons for that and a cake.
Oh, yeah. I was excited when I hit quadruple digits on the downloads. I was like, oh, yes, people listen to me.
Oh, my gosh.
But, yep, I am celebrating here, so I want to take a drink. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Ooh, tastes like dog ass.
I was waiting for you to say that. I'll take it. I was waiting for you to say that.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. I can drink it. Let me try it again. It's similar to. It's more similar to like 7-Up.
Aren't they the same?
I don't know.
Should I move
It's
this?
like it's almost like ginger ale 7-Up, kind of like it's weird. Oh god.
I'm looking. Ugh, it's because I have this thing moved. I can't
Like
even
Darth
do it.
Vader drinking. Okay, let's take a drink of this tropical
You
thing.
can tell that I've never popped or had a drink besides my one coffee our last episode during a podcast.
Oh yeah, that's because you're not allowed to because you spill it all over the equipment.
I've never done
Just
that.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh my god, round 3. Okay, now all the listeners are sick of it and they're gonna shut the podcast off.
God,
No,
I'm
I'm just kidding.
Fine, I'll stop.
Ugh. Okay.
Just having fun.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun. You gotta have fun in a crazy world like this.
Yeah, after I literally was about to pass out on the couch.
Yeah, I'm like, you wanna record? You're just like,
I literally, literally before this, I was like, this is the Mondayest Saturday I've ever had.
yeah. And everybody's listening to this on Monday, so they're like, lucky
Hopefully
you.
that's the most Saturdayest Monday.
Yeah.
Party hard. Get drunk tonight.
Okay. Yep. Well,
Wow.
speaking of Mondays and days and just trying to get through them, it's tough. It's tough out there. What do you do?
It's tough out there.
It is. What do you do? Like, you got a really busy schedule. You're a really busy person. And it's really easy to get caught up in. We talk a lot about the day in and day out here.
Yeah. Ooh.
What what do you do to help yourself through that? Like, what's one thing that you give me one thing that you look forward to every week, and give me one thing that you do, or at least try to do daily to make your days worth it. Or do you?
I mean, if you're talking about having like a long day and something that gets me through it, as corny as this is going to sound, this is 100% the truth, is coming home to you is what I look forward to.
Oh, you're so cute.
Actually, like I mean
love
it.
you.
Like if I'm having not even a hard day, but we've talked about this for like with my schedule. Like I don't take clients. Maybe once a month or 2 times a month I will, but I don't even take clients past 5:00 because if I know that you're home, like I can't function. Like I cannot formulate colors or do a bridal gown showing, or I physically like get grumpy and can't if I know that you're home and I'm not.
You're so cute.
I just want to spend time with you.
You're adorable. I just want to spend time with you too.
Yeah.
But just, I'm trying to get at like life itself
Oh,
here.
gosh.
It's okay.
Yeah.
If you don't have anything, that's totally fine. But
I don't know. Maybe I'm not understanding you.
I think you are. I think maybe like being a couple together is a little bit different, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough question, and I always throw these tough questions at you.
Yeah. I feel like ours are so deep. Everyone else you'll talk about aliens and ghosts and like funny stories, or like I could go for hours talking about the recent Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis stuff I just found out about. But well, not hours. I only know a little amount, but still. But yeah, I feel like you throw like such deep things my way.
I do, yeah.
You do.
You're so cute. Okay, fine. Give me a little spiel on that thing you just.
Okay, so Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher.
Okay, that's the rest of the episode. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's what they just hear the da-da-da-da. Thank you for listening, guys.
Yeah.
No.
Baron, it's okay, buddy. Big guard
What
dog.
the heck?
It's okay. Oh. I just wanted to get some words in.
So really quickly though, if those of you who don't know about this, I keep saying but I'm a big fan of the 70s show and Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. I watch a lot of their stuff. They are very big on advocating for human trafficking and all of that. But there's a lot of things resurfacing because they are big people. I'm just like saying like they're very like supportive with the public, and like when people come out with, you know, like rape stuff, they're very supportive. They're those celebrities that are very like, I don't know how to describe it, but they're very much involved with a lot of like human trafficking, safety, and like trying to stop rape and sexual assault stuff, and they do talk about that stuff all the time. But their co-star, I think his name's Danny M something, their co-star from the 70s show who played, I'm forgetting his name, but it was like the guy that got in the most trouble and like was rugged, and like I don't remember his name. I'm like, I don't know why I can't all of a sudden, but he ended up getting arrested a couple years ago. I think he got caught with multiple cases of sexual assault and raping women. Yeah, it was like a big thing, and I think there was other things involved in it too, and that's why. And I think it involved minors. And long story short, you can look up that case yourself. Again, I literally am saying this because he said that I finally could talk about something other than life. And so I recently read about this, but I didn't know that he went to jail or like anything. But they recently submitted letters talking about his character, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, praising him to try and get him to come out of jail early. And everyone is like, are you kidding me? Like, with all the proof of the sexual assault and him being involved with minors and all of that. And they're big advocates for that and say they understand people. And they came out with an apology video that was basically like, we're sorry that we didn't realize that our letters would be public knowledge. Like that's basically what it came down to, was them just being like, you've seen the way we stand up for things in the past, and we didn't realize that all of you were going to see our letters. So they're not really apologizing for what they did or anything like that. They're apologizing that they got caught, which it doesn't matter how much you defend something. If you, no matter what, put in letters trying to get someone who literally raped and was involved with minors, a grown man, out of jail, like, it doesn't matter what you stand for, you know, especially as a celebrity. We all know that like things are scripted and things, they got, you know, they have people that work for them for a reason, to help with the public eye and to look good and all of that. So also on top of that, with that being said, a lot of people are upset about it, and a lot of people are targeting Ashton Kutcher because, number one, if you look at old interviews of Mila Kunis when she was younger, again, she did lie about she said she was 16, 17 on the 70s show, but she actually was 14. And Ashton Kutcher was her love interest, and he was 19. And he was her first kiss. But then in like past interviews, in either way, 19, 14, if you look at like so many people are saying, well, they were kids, it's fine, they were still young, but like he was over 18. He was 19. She was 14. At that time, they all knew she was 14. And either way, think of it as, and I'm pretty sure when you're 14, you're in middle school. So think of a freshman in college kissing a middle schooler. Like, anyone like that would be like, what the heck?
A 19-year-old graduated high school.
I said a freshman in college.
Oh.
Did I say
You
high
just said
school?
a freshman. I'm pretty sure you
I meant in college, like a freshman in college kissing a middle schooler. Yeah. That's weird. But then in a interview, not only that, but when they had their first kiss, Mila Kunis was like giggling about it and was like, yeah, and then like Ashton and Danny had a bet where Danny said he would pay him money if he if Ashton shoved his tongue down my throat when she's 14 and he's 19. So it's like, and they already knew she was younger. And it's just little things like that where everyone's mainly saying like, you know, it's more like everyone's saying like Mila Kunis went through trauma, which who knows who that woman is, if she's good or bad or whatever. Like, if it is trauma and she's with Ashton or whatever, that's not the main point. But the other stuff that they're talking about is when the papers that Ashton and Mila Kunis got leaked or got put online about what they said about Danny and how good character he is and all of that, one of the rape victims, not only that, but was Danny's ex-girlfriend for years. They dated for years, and it was in the beginning of the 70s show. And she came out about just like how forceful he was with her and just a lot of stuff and saying like she understood the women. She's been in Danny's life for a long time. And she posted about it saying how disappointed she was in Ashton Kutcher and how she was there on February 21st, 2001, but I don't know if that's the exact date. But she said like, because Ashton called Danny his role model when Danny's in jail. Like saying he was a role model to him or a mentor to him. And besides everything that happened, how good of a person he is. So she was saying like, I think you're worse than your mentor. And said, I was there on that phone call February 21st, 2001. It was on speaker. Like, I know things that could ruin your career potentially. All this stuff, saying you're worse than him. And then basically sent a long paragraph at the bottom saying, also Mila Kunis, like your interviews are very telling. Your old interviews when you were younger, you need to go get some help. Like I hope you stay safe. I hope blah, blah. Like just sending like all this stuff about Mila Kunis, about her, to her basically telling her like you need to look in the mirror. Like you're being forced or this guy took advantage of you kind of thing. Like who even knows exactly what she was saying. But the date links to the day that Ashton Kutcher was dating this woman. I don't remember her name. I feel like it was Ashley or something, but I don't remember. He was dating this woman, and apparently he went to go pick her up for a date, grabbed the door handle. Apparently it was locked, and then he saw red all over the floor and thought she spilled wine and left. That was his alibi. Like he left, like he didn't want to deal with her being drunk. But it actually turns out that she was murdered that night. And so with the speakerphone, whatever it was, like everyone's saying like, well, maybe he did it or had something to do with it or saw more or did something or whatever. But the woman was not like that she was murdered. Like it was like horrible. Like it was like she was in the middle of walking out of her shower and got like stabbed a bunch of times. But they said that there was no force. So they said that it looked like it was someone that she would have known. And one of the things was that she was sleeping with multiple men. That's what you were listening to. She was sleeping or like hanging out. I shouldn't say sleeping, but she was hanging out with multiple men. That's why it was hard for them to pinpoint one certain man or one certain male. And I think it got pinned on the Hollywood, I forgot, the Hollywood Ripper. That was a murderer, I guess. It got pinned on him. But Ashton Kutcher was actually just a suspect. Not a suspect. He was a witness. He was a witness to the case. But things that I've read, he apparently panicked. The only thing he really panicked about was that he touched the door handle and that it would link to him, which also your first instinct is that you touch the door handle. You see a bunch of red and you don't even call the police or like, you know, like you just flee and think that she spilled a bunch of wine. Like, I just think that's so weird. You're going to go pick up a woman for a date and you don't get concerned. Like, hey, open up the door. Like you were supposed to pick her up. And then also he was supposed to pick her up. Like he apparently he ran 3 hours late to the date and then called her and she's like, oh, well, I just got out of the shower, she told him. So don't worry, take your time. So he showed up 3 hours late and then you knock on the door. She doesn't even answer and you see red and you think it's spilled wine and you leave. Like, that makes no sense whatsoever, but he got away with it. Like, he was just a witness.
He got away with it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know anything, but but this is all, I think this all came out within like 24 hours of all this happening. And you can even look at like you can even look at like past videos of him. And like, of course the world is different now than it is then, but it just shows how messed up it is. But even like in his 30s, there's when he was doing like Punk'd and doing that stuff. I think they did a Punk'd episode on Hillary Duff and he was talking about her, and this is when she was like underage, and he's talking about how hot she is and says she's one of those girls that, you know, all of us guys wait till she turns 18, just like the Olsen twins. Like, makes comments like that on television about these girls when their whole thing is and of course people can change, but on the other hand, it's just like, maybe not if you sent a letter trying to get this man out of jail when he's done such horrific stuff, like to the point where even people who are diehard The 70s Show fans, like, everyone understands why he went to jail. Like, there's no questioning.
I feel like part of the problem is just that Hollywood and social media and media in general just sexualizes everything that fucking moves.
Oh, 100%. I agree with that.
Sorry, did I just ruin your train?
Oh, I mean, yes and no, but I was kind of stopping at the pit stop. I don't know. I just yeah, that's all I really read about it. But the most interesting thing is now that case with that girl, because everyone's even said, not everyone, I keep saying everyone, but just when I'm reading, the most comments are like, how did they let that go? Like, how did they just think he wasn't involved in it when he literally showed up 3 hours late? Like, his timeline sounds so weird, and then you think there's spilled wine and you just leave. Like, you don't call the police, you don't call, like, kind of thing, that it's just like weird. And so a lot of people are thinking that he actually is the one that did it, but regardless, the way that she worded it, it doesn't mean that he's the one that did it. It could have been that he saw more, or he saw it happen and left, or like, it could be something like that too, where either way he fled and ran. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that he killed her. But the way that she said it, maybe there's a lot more to it than him getting a phone call or seeing it on the news that she got killed and being like, oh, I was there last night. Like, no, like, and panicking because his hand's on the door handle. No, like, I feel like maybe he saw something, or he did it, or he was a part of it, or...
Oh, God, this is all so fucked up. Like,
I know. Celebrities.
I hate how people get so fucking,
literally,
like, wrapped up in this just, like, minute detail bullshit. Like... just like, people just forget that we're human beings and we don't have long anyways. Like, we're not around long, and it's like, why can't we just like be kind to each other, learn and grow, be creative, learn, grow, build things, cultivate things, share knowledge, and just uplift people? Like, why can't we just like share knowledge and grow together and just like work on stuff and build and just be productive and efficient, but like also creative and enjoy what we do? There's like balance to everything, but like, why? I think it's crazy how people get so wrapped up or fixated on just nitty gritty details of life that doesn't matter, like earthly, like, you know, earthly things, or fucking just shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm transitioning this.
Okay, I was just gonna say though, I typically don't try and get wrapped up in that kind of stuff, but I do like crime stuff, but I don't like diving into the
I'm not
gross
saying
crime stuff.
I'm saying more of like them.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What, like, how do you like get wrapped up in that shit?
Well, because of their ego.
Yeah.
Because when you're a celebrity, you get put on a pedestal.
Yeah.
And not all of them are like that. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's a lot of them that are down to earth or have seen things that they're like, I like making music, or I like I feel like the music industry, there's like the really bad part and the really good part of people that are like, we've seen a lot, that we just have our houses on acres and we stay away from people, and then we release music, you know, like, and they just go to their concerts. But I feel like a lot of it gets wrapped up in like, when it comes to actors and actresses and films, I feel like that's where a lot of people are
satanic.
Yeah. Is that where you were trying to lead this to?
That's not where I was trying to go, but that's fine. I know that.
That's
I know you
fine.
can. Yeah, I know you can talk for a while about that too.
I know. I'm not trying to make people not listen to my episodes.
Oh my goodness! Stop. It's okay.
Mine are always about this stuff.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy. I find it interesting.
Yeah. No, I spend hours listening to this kind of stuff. 100%.
Yeah. Why don't you walk the episode through the album things you were telling me the other night?
Oh, okay. So.
And why? Explain why. Where you explain.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So.
Okay. First of all, she doesn't believe in aliens.
No, I don't. Well.
You want to start there?
I believe that the.
You believe shit's happening.
Yeah.
You just don't call them aliens.
No, I believe you. Only one episode I wanted. One episode of not going into this. My
it's
gosh.
either deep stuff or this stuff.
I know, but
you said, why can't mine be aliens? Everybody else gets easy stuff.
Okay, well, I think that what people are experiencing are real. But I don't think they're aliens. I think they're demons. Only because I feel like so many people, when they look at religion or they look at like God and Satan and all of that, I feel like they think there's Satan to praise and there's God to praise. Like there's hell and there's heaven, and whichever one you're going to choose, and hell's bad and heaven's good, but like vice versa, whatever. But people don't realize that Satan's goal isn't to have you come to hell. His goal is for you to not believe in God. He doesn't want you to praise him. Like, even if you look on, I don't know if I've said this in past episodes, but even if you look on like the satanic worshiping churches, like, I don't know what that's called, Satanists website, it's literally them praising themselves, like putting themselves as higher, and they can do so much.
And goats.
Yeah, it does say that on there. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Every time you see Satanist stuff, it's always has a goat on it.
Yeah, and think, when you call someone the goat, they're the greatest of all time.
Oh God.
and normally they're like the best person or the higher. It's basically just trying to get you to focus on yourself, because the moment you're thinking about yourself so much, you're not thinking of others.
Shit, I guess you're right.
And you're ignoring things around you because you're so, like, even with me, like,
all these fucking acronyms. Even like you were saying too, God spelled backwards.
His dog.
Yeah, that's because he's watching us through the eyes of our pets.
I've never heard that before. When you told that to
really?
me, I thought that was such a good idea. Not good idea, but I thought that was a really cool perspective.
No. Yeah, I never heard that anywhere either. I just made that up.
I know. That's why I'm saying, like, I've never heard that before.
Well, thank you.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, like, sometimes it's not like I made it up on the spot when I told you too, because like I felt like sometimes I make like long eye contact, or sometimes Baron just like gives me looks, or like, I don't know. I feel like anybody that doesn't have a dog will never understand. If you have a dog, you might understand this, but you can't tell me that there's not more to your dog than it's a pet. You know, it's, first of all, it's family, and second of all, like, I don't know. I feel like there's more. Like there's a podcast episode that I listen to that talks about everything being interconnected. It's just like a massive network, and it talks mostly about like mushrooms underground and like a network in the forest that speak to each other, and then it kind of gets into these fibers, like kind of like doodling off of the root system, and they're used as communication.
Yeah.
So it's not just like one tree. It's not like each tree fends for itself. No, they like, these mushrooms kind of like take over and like connect to all the roots, and then help them speak to each other. And it's like, if one tree is like struggling or like getting taking damage, other trees around it will send it nutrients to help rebuild it. And it gets to a point where, like, if the tree is, like, long gone, like, if it's, like, beyond repair, it actually kills itself. It sends out its remaining nutrients to other trees to get use out of it before it dies. You know, it's like if you're playing a video game online with friends and it doesn't save or whatever, but you've been playing for hours, like a survival crafting game, because this has happened to me before, so this is like a good example.
Yeah.
But like you're playing online and you got all your loot in your inventory, but like it doesn't save, so you're about to hop off and you can just be like, hey guys, I'm leaving, like as in you're a tree that's dying, and then you can just be like, here, you guys can have this shit, and you just like hand them all the loot that you've collected in the whole game, or like dump it into their chests, and then you log off.
Yeah.
And then you like basically just gave them your supplies, and now the tree just dies. And another thing too is like the tree can like send up chemicals, like if bugs are eating it, it can change the flavor of the leaf while the bug's eating it to make it more bitter or like less attractive to the bug, and things like that. Like everything's just so interconnected, and like,
Want to hear something?
yeah. Hold on,
It kind of intertwines with that.
Okay, sorry.
I saw a TikTok from a doctor. I mean, who knows if it's real or not, but then I remember it blew up and so many people on TikTok were saying like, I can't believe that this is true. But actually, when like a mother is like, when you like have your first child, you give birth to your first child, and then you have a second child and a third child, that the first child, every time a baby leaves your uterus, it leaves part of its DNA in there. So then when the second baby comes out, part of the first baby's DNA is in them. So, never mind.
What?
But, like, basically, everyone was freaking out because they were thinking, like, if they were the youngest of two siblings, they have both their two siblings' DNA in them, specifically. Maybe it's not DNA, it's something different.
Well, the only way to get that first child's DNA is with the two parents, so technically it's the same. It's just the parents.
Yeah, I feel like I'm wording it differently because it did kind of sound like gross.
Oh, really?
The way it was. Yeah, I might be wording it differently, but those of you who are listening, look it up. But
I don't know. I feel like because
I know our DNA is the same.
Our
but
DNA
it was
is just
something,
a solution of our parents'
Yeah,
DNA.
It was something. Maybe it wasn't DNA. It was something where like something gets left behind.
Semen. No.
Gross. I don't even remember. Yeah, I don't even remember.
Yeah, I'll have to see that.
But that's why I was just thinking of like the whole like you're leaving, but you're leaving part of you for your next sibling, and then your next sibling leaves, and then leaves a part of them for the next sibling.
Huh.
Yeah.
Reminds me of this one game where it's like, it was called Fate, a computer game. I've talked about it.
Yeah.
Old game, really old game, but it's like you could play your character, and then when you like wanted to be done, you could like retire your character and like leave something behind for your next generation. Then you play as your next generation. You can like leave a good weapon behind or whatever, but you could only leave one item. It's like that. Like you leave one item in the uterus. Whatever your best thing is. Oh, she's
I'm looking it up.
yeah. But where I was going with that was just that all this interconnectedness is a real thing, and like I feel like it doesn't end in like plant life. I feel like it's not just underground shit. I feel like there's waves through space, like, and not just, I'm not talking like outer space. I'm talking like aerial space, like between us right now, like air and stuff, and like
even energy. I mean, even
energy,
think
right?
If someone walks into a room and they're in a bad mood, you feel it. But if they walk into a room super happy, positive, smiling, then you'll feel it and you'll feel happy.
And that's where I want to tie it in with the pets too, because like you're like Baron knows when I'm upset. Like, I'll be sitting there. If I'm upset, sitting on the edge of the couch or the bed, like, he'll come up and, like, nudge me, rub his head on me, and, like, look at me with his ears back and, like slowly wagging the tip of his tail because he's trying to cheer me up. Like, he's so freaking smart. Like, they know. And, like, I feel like there's that interconnectedness. Like, they can feel it. And I just think that we don't believe it because we've lost touch with it so much and we're not taught this stuff. So and it's just like we're not even allowed to believe this stuff because you'll get made fun of in society. And that's why we keep losing touch with this more and more. Like, it's literally like, I know your favorite movie, Avatar, but it's literally like that. What?
The computer just went off.
You can't hear that on the audio.
Oh, sorry, guys. I didn't know that.
No, yeah. But, you know, it's literally like Avatar. Like, freaking, the interconnectedness of Mother Earth and nature.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like that sort of just like thriving ecosystem. It's just, delicious.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
And also I know, like, for example, dandelions that a lot of people can get in their yards. Like, I remember at my parents' house, we would get dandelions everywhere. And normally you're taught to just leave them there or pick them, and they were weeds.
Pick
like,
them and pop their heads. You just grab it by the stem, and you put your thumb under it and be like, Mama had a baby, and its head popped off.
I've never heard of that.
Oh.
Oh my God. Mama had a baby and its head popped off.
And you just go flick it with your thumb.
Do you do like the noise too?
Yeah.
Oh my. How do you flick a dandelion stem so
you just hold
gracefully?
You just hold it by the stem and your thumbnail underneath it like you're about to flick a quarter. And then you just flick the head of the dandelion off. And it just goes pop. Just flipping through the air.
Dang. I've never heard of that.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah, we used to do that all the time.
Oh. Well, anyways, the dandelions, you're supposed to like pick them and get them out of your yard and their weeds and all that, but that's actually you're making me lose my train of thought. Dandelions have great healing properties, and you can actually put them in tea. But
the
think
leaves
like
too, the greens of leaves.
Yeah.
We used to feed the bearded dragons the dandelion leaves.
Oh, that's cool. But yeah. See, I keep losing my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But yeah, they're just healing. And then think of all the medicine that they try and pop in all of us when we could literally just be helping ourselves actually by using things in our yards.
Yes, herbal remedies. Herbert's herbs.
Mm-hmm. Herbert's herbs.
Herbert's herbs. No, but yeah, I just like went through all the pages I was following on Instagram, and I'm just like, you know what? Screw all this. Like, I don't need any of this, and I just like unfollowed it, except for like, like electronic pages, like circuitry pages, engineering pages, and like wood crafting and like herbal remedy pages. I started following a bunch of like herbal remedy pages, like homemade remedies and stuff, and it like a lot of it's like teas and stuff.
Yeah. Because you're steaming whatever's in there
and stuff like that. Yeah, no, it's so cool. It's fascinating though. Like, I feel like we definitely lose touch with all that information. Like, I keep bringing this up because like this one podcast is awesome. And I don't know why I haven't said it yet, but it was a Joe Rogan podcast with Paul Rosalie, I think is how you pronounce his name. But he literally lives out in the Amazon rainforest. Bailey, why are you shredding that?
Bailey, no!
Oh my goodness.
She
just ate that fluff.
Gross. No!
Anyways. Now she's going to jump up and rip your headset off.
Come on. Up.
But, yeah, no, it's amazing because, like, he had, like, this big, like, I don't remember, some sort of an injury, like, or, like, an infection, like, right on his face where it all swelled up, like, damn near swelled his eye shut, and traveled back to the States, went to like 3 different hospitals and they couldn't figure out. They put some like antibiotics and some cream on it and stuff and couldn't figure it out. Nothing was happening. So he went back to the Amazon. And he has like a buddy, like a mentor, like an Amazon rainforest survivalist mentor. And he, okay, Bailey. Just sniffing the mic. But no, he was like, oh yeah, that's bad. That's a bad one. Okay, come with me. And then they went up to this one tree and got this one sap and rubbed it on. And he said, like, here, drink this much of this. No more than that. Just this much. Drink it and then rub the rest on it. And then the next day it was significantly better after seeing 3 doctors.
That's crazy.
And they couldn't figure it out. And it's just like natives being so in tune and in touch with Mother Nature and like with all the wildlife. How many like hundreds of thousands of species of plants and animals are out there in the Amazon, and they could pick out that exact thing for that exact infection and just know that kind of shit. It's just like, it's amazing to me, like, and how out of touch we are, like, living within these walls. I mean, majority of people spend their whole day indoors.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even see the sun anymore.
No, not really.
Yeah, it's insane to me. Like, we ought to knock these walls and roofs down. I think the worst invention ever in history is a roof. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. We need the sun back.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah. Okay, you want to explain to me the demons thing now?
The demons and aliens thing?
Yes.
That thing?
Yes. Yeah, walk me through that and... Yes.
Okay. I was wondering what you were going to say. But basically, the reason why...
Oh my god, demon. Nice.
I know, fuck. The reason why I think aliens or demons are also because one of the main, I don't know, Hollywood and famous people have a lot of just like higher up people. I don't know where I'm going with this, sorry. But I don't know exactly who he was, but he was like, a lot of people knew him. I think he was like one of the top of like the Satanist churches community. Like, you know how there's like the Pope that's like super famous, like not famous, but everyone knows him. It's kind of like that, where it's a lot of people knew this man, but he was for like Satanism, and he would summon demons, and like so many people who practice with that kind of stuff. Like there's literally like a group in Rockford that does this stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Ben, he was telling me like that he, near his house, was driving down the road one day and saw a bunch of people, like a group of people out in the field naked dancing around.
No way. Yeah. They're probably trying to summon some stuff.
Well, and then later on he found out that was a Satanist church.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so long story short, this man would like basically like connect with demons and like talk to them. This was like years ago.
Like hook up with them?
And no, just like, I mean, who knows? I don't know.
Oh God.
Who even knows? But he drew a drawing of what the demons look like what demons are. And this was like years ago. I don't even remember. Like it was enough where like it was like black and white, like it was drawings. And it literally is what NASA and what it all is all over what aliens look like. That's literally what he drew, and this was before aliens.
Well, NASA says aliens don't exist, so.
Well, oh yeah. Okay. And on top of that, his name was like no, it's okay. Then I think his last name was like Alienist or something like that. Where that's also where it linked. Where like it's aliens with the drawing, and his last name's Alienist. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, what's that creature? Oh, it's an alien kind of thing. Yeah. Like it's a creature not like us.
Summoned by him.
Yeah, like it's a being that's not like us. So it's just something else in the universe kind of thing.
also another thing to steer you away from religion,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because
that's Satan's only job, is to not make you believe in him, but steer you away from.
he doesn't care if you believe in him or praise him, as long as you just don't think God's real.
Yeah,
As long as you
then
don't
he
work on
wins.
your relationship with God, you're going where he wants you anyways. That's what a lot of people forget about, is that, like,
So if he can disguise demons as aliens, just to make you.
and I told you too that, because I remember months ago, I said that to you and you were like, well, how come like people have experiences with aliens that aren't mean, like aren't bad? And if you think about it, like when the world is ending, or if an alien shows up at your door and tries to freaking hurt you, what's the first thing you're probably gonna do? Think of God, think of dying, think of death, think of maybe in that moment would be the moment that you turn to God and pray and say, God, please forgive me. Like in that moment, like there's so many people on their deathbed that all of a sudden just rekindle their relationship with God, because even if they literally were completely atheist or did not believe in God, because the moment they're about to die, they're like starting to feel things and they're like, I think it's real. I want to fix my relationship.
Yeah, let's give this a shot right before I go.
literally. Or like even my grandpa, when he was on his deathbed, like he was experiencing like visions and like seeing things, and like the weirdest stuff was happening with him, where like that's so spiritual. Like you get to a point where you're like connecting with the spiritual realm before you go, that people notice that stuff and they're like, oh shoot, this is real, kind of thing. Yeah. And then they try and connect their relationship with God. But anyways, if you have an alien stopping at your door and is like about to kill you, you're gonna want to pray. Like with that whole Las Vegas, the aliens that showed up in the backyard, that family, literally after that encounter, the aliens disappeared and they literally went in their house and prayed. And literally as they were praying in their house, they said they heard like a blood-wrenching scream outside. Like they don't know what it was or what, but it was while they were praying it happened.
They said they went into the living room and all prayed together, and when they
as
started
a family.
praying, there was like a blood-curdling scream out in their backyard where the aliens were.
Yeah. And that boy, or like the son, Angel, his name's Angel, but he was at the gas station, and some lady like turned to him and was like, hey, I have a message for you, like from God, or like said something like that. And he was like, what? And she was like, you're gonna have demons visit you tonight, and like said something like that, where I mean he's already religious, so he was like, what? Okay. And then then they saw those aliens, which is like another reason why I believe in it, is she said that. And that's just, there's so many instances of people thinking. That's a cool
case. If you haven't seen the like 2023 Las Vegas aliens case, it's pretty crazy. It's an interesting one.
And Angel has a video up on YouTube too, explaining literally everything.
It's a good one to check out. And it's like, I mean, the camera woman didn't really know where she was looking, and there's like people saying things are aliens everywhere. Like they're picking out everything in this footage, saying it's an alien, like fucking like everything. It's frustrating. So just watch it and then make a come up with your own conclusion.
But he even said, I know when he was like describing them, he said they were super tall, super huge. They were black, and I don't think they saw their eyes, but I think they said they had small eyes and big mouths. Because remember when we heard that, where you were like, wait, but aliens typically have the big eyes with small mouths? Because I remember that's what we pointed out. But I told you, I was like, well, if they're super huge, I mean, like even from reading the Bible, one thing that's interesting is like whenever the angel Gabriel, or whenever any of the angels come down, they always say like to whoever they're talking to, like, do not fear me, like I am angel blah blah blah, do not be afraid. So like people say, or like there's a lot of things that say like, even like when angels drop down too, like who knows how freaking scary they look. Like that doesn't mean that if you meet an angel, they're gonna look like us. Like, they could be not only huge, but they could look something totally unimaginable and scary. Like, that they literally have to calm the human in a panic and be like, I am not here to harm you, you know? But on the other hand, and then they usually give the message. But I was saying,
it's like an inside out flying shark with spike wings.
Yeah, literally. Man, if that's what the angels look like, imagine the beast they talk about in the Bible.
Yeah.
And it's just like a big dog.
Fluffy poodle.
But long story short, like if an alien knocks on your door and goes, "Hi, I'm super friendly. I just want to get to know you. I am an alien." Like, you're going to be like, "Oh, there's more than just us on this earth. Like, there's more to the universe. There's more to the galaxy."
Well, that's not what I would do. If an alien knocked on my door and said, "Hi, I'm
I'm Steve." No, I'm joking.
I'm nice. Yeah, and I would just be like, I would definitely not do that. "Oh, wow, there is more out there. Wow, nice to meet you."
No, I know.
I'd lose my shit.
But also another thing is they literally quote, or they even have in the Bible, that one of the deceptions that Satan does is he sends his demons, his fallen angels that are fallen from the sky, are fallen from heaven, that they go around in a Severic looking, like they ride around in a sphere.
Oh, a sphere.
Yeah, sorry, sphere. Something like that. It's like, it describes that they will be traveling. If you look in the sky, it's gonna look like a sphere. It's gonna look like a scroll or something weird like that. But which makes sense.
God,
something weird looking. Possibly
a scroll that literally looks like an elongated cylinder. That's
maybe
exactly like that Tic Tac UFO.
Yeah. But
there are weird things in the Bible that freak me the fuck out. And it's like, because you got to think how long in the past this shit was wrote. Yeah. So what do they have to compare things to? Like, how would you, how would you describe even a car nowadays? Like, if, say you, like, took a car back in time to the, like, just for an example, like, 1800s, somewhere, like, even early 1800s, and just plopped it down there, and just, like, for a minute, and then just told somebody to describe this thing, and then just, like, brought it right back to the future again. But, like, then trying to watch that person describe it to their friends that didn't see it, how the fuck do you describe that?
Yeah. Look, a fast steed with iron for legs and a steel heart.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't fucking even know. Yeah. A metal horse you can go inside.
Ride all night.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know. But it's like, that's how the Bible is worded too, because it's like weird shit like that, and you got to try to decipher, like, what do they mean by that? Like,
exactly.
And like, I've been doing a lot of, like, reading through Revelations just because this world is fucked, and like, I'm not really excited. I don't think anything is
getting better,
and I think everything, I don't think there's anything good coming. So, but just like reading Revelations, just kind of see like what the Bible says, not necessarily like for any purpose other than like, I want to know what the Bible says is the end, just so I know. Yeah. And it's freaky. Yeah. It freaks me out.
Yeah. A lot of stuff. I mean, I know that. So I didn't even know about this until I read the Bible, but it talks about like the rapture, when like God takes,
which must be real because the Simpsons did an episode on it.
Yeah, I know.
Har har.
But but basically God takes up all of the Christians up to heaven before the apocalypse, before the Antichrist, and before everything kind of goes to shit. And basically it says on there that anyone who receives the mark of the beast can, like, if you have to have the mark of the beast to sell, to buy, whether if you're rich or poor, no matter who you are, you have to have the mark of the beast. And if you don't, you can't buy food, you can't you can't do anything, you can't and actually, like, it even says, ooh, whoops, it even says
ooh, whoops.
whoops.
Just kidding.
But it even says in there too that, like, if you don't get it, you'd get killed.
That's the new world order.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
And literally it says it's either the mark of the beast on your head, which is your brain, or it's on your hand. And literally, if you look, they're trying. They're
already doing that.
Yeah, they're trying to get us to be able to pay with our hand, which you can't buy or sell if you don't have it. If you don't have the mark of the beast.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So, and it does say in the Bible that no matter what, Jesus doesn't even know. Like, God's timing is God's timing, and no one can predict what day or time it'll happen and when everything will go down. But there's a lot of things that line up with it happening. Like, there's a lot of stuff with, like, I would have to relook and do, like, an episode about it.
I feel like everybody has always throughout time thought that we were way closer to the end than we actually are.
So which means that we could still have so much more time. It could still be a couple years, but
a couple of years, it could be a couple million years.
Yeah, literally. But I do know recently, also in the Bible, it does talk about that there's a peace treaty with Israel, where they become a independent something. I don't remember. That's why I don't.
Nation.
Yeah, I don't want to say, like, any wrong words, so that's why I'm just saying something. Like, I don't remember. But they sign a peace treaty, and then after that, I think something happens to one of the sacred temples, like, after that, and that's what really causes the rapture.
It was like a 7-year treaty or something, and it was like, in the Bible, it said something about, like, a 7-year treaty, and it's broken in the first half or something like that. Like 3.5 years in, the treaty's broken by somebody.
Yeah, and Israel signed a treaty last week.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Yeah, no, there's some weird shit, though.
And again, like you said,
there's been
people can say, like, oh, well, global warming, or oh, this, or oh, that, with certain things that are compared to the Bible, but, like, the Bible was written years ago. How does this stuff happen and line up when it was written years ago and it's not true? You know?
It's what some people might say too is, like, how could it not? The odds are pretty good that events would line up, because the Bible talks about so many different events, and with enough time, the odds are pretty good that something close enough is going to happen to where somebody's going to say, hey, this must be what it's talking about, you know?
Yeah.
You know, just trying to play defense here a little bit.
Oh yeah, totally.
You know,
go ahead.
Just that's it. Just, like, enough time goes by and events are gonna sound similar enough.
Yeah. I just feel like.
Okay, sorry, we are back after a little pause. I
lost memory.
Had countless hours of audio on this poor hard drive, and yeah, it just ran out of storage real quick, so I had to go delete files. But yeah, now we are gaping and wide open.
Oh gosh!
So talk all you want.
Yeah. But that's a very good point about the whole, like, yeah, a lot of things can happen and a lot of things can change and things can slowly start lining up to the Bible. But on the other hand, the Bible was written so many years ago, and the way that everything's happening in the order it is, and how not quickly, it's in the span of a couple years, but it's just so descriptive, and everything keeps happening in the timing of the Bible that it's kind of something that you can't ignore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and like we talk about too, is just, like, reading from the Bible and interpreting it ourselves rather than using, like, humankind's, like manipulation and biased filters to explain religion rather than just dig into the book and read and figure it out for yourself kind of thing. I'm a huge advocate for just figuring it out yourself and like learn yourself, get it from the source kind of thing. Don't go search on TikTok and say, what does the Bible say about this? Because just go fucking find it yourself. Because then you're getting it like third person there, and it's being filtered or summed up in a biased way, whether it's going to be, and also that information's being condensed down into somebody's brain and then re-uploaded into the world, and then you got to take that in and condense that down in your brain, and then what does that mean to you after all that? It's like when you make copies of copies of copies of copies of something, like if you take a photo and you copy a copy, and it gets blurry and it gets shitty, or anything like that. Or if you start cloning animals and you clone an animal and then you take a clone of the clone and then you take a clone of the clone, and next thing you know, it's all derpy.
Yeah. Or it's like just when you're a little kid in kindergarten and they have you play telephone, where one person says something on one end and then they all whisper in each other's ear, and one of the kids changes it to something else, and then it goes down and then the last person's like, what? She eats poop? Or like something like that, and all the kids start chuckling, and it's like, that's not what the original line was. Like,
the original line was sex lube.
What? No! Stop! No!
I'm just kidding, but that's what it ended as. I don't know where that came from.
Gross. No.
Did you, or were you ever one of the kids that changed it on purpose?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah. It was funny.
Oh my goodness. So it's not that the telephone was bad, it was that there was faulty computers within it.
Yep.
There's faulty.
I was a little kid. I liked to get a chuckle.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't do it every single time, but I did occasionally.
Well, most of the time you could pick out who changed it because
everyone knew I would change it.
No, everybody whispered so loud so that second person could hear it. So it was like, bananas, bananas, bananas. And then like when somebody said bananas, then like two people down can hear it because they're whispering so loud. And then you just say peanut butter and jelly. And then it's just like they already know that you just changed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never did.
Oh.
I never changed it.
I did. I like to get a good laugh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You tampering with things.
Yeah. But
it surprises me actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't do it every single time, but I can't looking back, I can't remember a time that I did it, but I just know in my heart I probably did it a couple times.
You weren't a goody two shoes.
No, I was, but it's just telephone. Yeah, I tried to be a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so cute.
Yeah, I got my first detention was because, and I wanted to use the bathroom before class. No, I wanted to use the bathroom just period while I was in class, and 3 other girls asked to use the bathroom too. And the teacher, we all went up, and I think it was something where it was like a study class period. Like it was like something where it was typically history, but we were actually just studying for a test the whole period. So it wasn't much. So then I think me and like 2 other girls walked up to like see if we could use the bathroom because there's strength in numbers, and my teacher, his name was Mr. Mason, and he to this day is still one of my favorite teachers. He was very smart, but he turned to us, and I don't remember.
Beat him up because there's strength in numbers.
No, but we asked to use the bathroom, and he didn't give us a no. He said something in like he didn't say like, can you? But he like said something really weird, where then we ended up going anyways. But I remember thinking to myself like, I don't think this is a good idea. Like he didn't say yes. Like I don't know. And I still went with them anyways. And he gave the 2 girls detention right away and just gave them the slip and was like, I think he gave them 2 detentions actually, because they didn't listen to him and all this stuff. And then he literally pulled me outside of the classroom and was just like, hey, you're smarter than this. Like, you're one of my good students. You should have known better. And I'm giving you a detention so you learn. He's like, but you need to listen next time and you need to follow your gut. And he said that to me and then handed me the detention slip. And I kind of thought that was cool that he still gave me detention to like teach me. That was my first detention in my entire life. And this was in 8th grade. But the fact that he pulled me aside and talked to me and just kind of said like, hey, follow your gut, listen to yourself. Like, I know you knew what I meant, kind of thing. And the other girls did too. He's like, but I'm not surprised with them. You're a good kid. Like,
did
please
you say, you
watch
give
out.
us enough problems for homework. Stop making me try to problem solve what you're trying to tell me.
No, he was a really good teacher. So
I have mixed emotions about that. Everything is
it was
just
a
so...
pivotal moment of my middle school.
Well, not that specifically. I guess I mean that's a kind of a cool story.
I thought you meant about my story.
No,
I was like, well,
more mixed emotions about like it's. I guess it's. I don't know. It's tough because like on one hand, it's like this. It's such a tricky topic. Is just like teachers and how they like what is overstepping. Because on one hand, like they do have your children for such a long part of the day, a long part of their life, and they are supposed to be role models. They are role models, and they're also supposed to be teaching, and not just teaching whatever the curriculum is, but also about life and growing up and becoming adults. But on the other hand, it's like, what are you, a teacher or a law enforcement officer? You know, it's like, so
yeah.
I don't know. It's, and I think each thing is so situational. Like if you gave me a situation, I could decide, but like it is a weird thing. But like I do respect teachers a lot because they put up with a lot of fucking bullshit year after year. And I'm sure there's a lot of, well, I know there's a lot of piece of shit kids too that need to be fucking knocked the fuck out.
Oh my God. We need the ruler back.
Yeah, literally. The ruler, more like the yardstick. Stick. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say yardstick and then make like a sound effect, but then I guess crack that yardstick. You must crack it. Crack that stick.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I feel like personally, teachers know a lot. They're like, teachers see a lot. They know a lot of the students, especially when I feel like the middle school and elementary school time. High school, there's so many students where sometimes it's not like that, but I feel like at least my middle school and my elementary school, like everyone knew everyone. Like it was smaller classes. So like if one teacher saw something or heard something or heard from a parent or, you know, like it always found its way around. But I feel like the difference is a teacher knowing a lot about its students and a lot about their students, but like looks at them like students. Yep. Like again, like Mr. Mason pulling me to the side and being like, you're a good kid, but I am disappointed in you. You need to trust your gut, and gives me a detention slip anyways. Yeah. You know, unlike my other teacher in 7th grade that walked up to me and said, I know you had your first kiss.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because me and my boyfriend of the time were in his class together.
Oh, fucking Kate.
And at the time, I just giggle about it, and I'm like, ha 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 about it, and he's just like, yeah, like brought it up.
Did you say, oh, you're a very old looking student. You hit puberty early.
I know. Well, when you're
Get the fuck
but
out of here.
That's the thing that like you're leaving your kids with these people and you're trusting your kids in this school, but yet, and again, I'm from all I know, like he never did anything creepy, but on the other hand, there are teachers that walk up to kids and say stuff like that and try and be the friend and try and, when it's like, how do you talk to 7th and 6th graders and talk that way?
Because they were not popular in school and they're craving attention. They were probably put down their whole upbringing. Now this is finally their opportunity. They're put in a role where they can have some attention.
Yeah.
That's probably honestly where it stems from.
Yeah. So it's just weird. That's why we're homeschooling our kids. I don't care what anyone says. We're homeschooling our kids and then just putting them in extracurricular activities that last like an
lots
hour.
of sport. That's the thing. That's the only challenge with homeschooling is just like the social aspect that you miss out on.
Yeah.
So you gotta put them in lots of
Camps
activities so they can see.
Yeah.
So they can get out and be social.
Yeah.
But I had this one fourth grade teacher. I had some awesome teachers. I had one of my favorite teachers of all times, Mr. Schewers. He was my first grade teacher, and he moved up to second grade, and we got the option to pick him as our second grade also, and I picked him as my second grade teacher also. And he was awesome. I remember times where like I was just like really into frogs, and he somehow noticed that and just like came up to me and he's like, "Hey Brody, like I noticed you like reading about frogs," and he like picked out some frog books for me to read. Like he
That's cool.
also let me bring my dirt bike to school, and all the kids in the class got to come out and sit on my bike.
That's really cool.
It was awesome. Yeah, it's so cool. And then this fourth grade teacher, she was a bitch. Literally, oh my, it was insane. I was such a sweet kid. I was like a sweet little boy, just doing everything.
You didn't mess up telephone.
No, I didn't even mess up telephone. And she literally, because we had our assignment notebooks or whatever that we had to copy down the whiteboard, whatever she said that we had to do for that night, we had to copy it down in our assignment notebooks for after school because she couldn't get her fucking job done during the day. So we had to take shit home. And that's one thing that pisses me off is the whole homework thing too. It's like you got all fucking day and then you're going to send us home with shit. Mm-hmm. Well, you can't get your job done in that whole day.
Yeah, I feel like that's basically what that is.
Yeah, it's just being lazy. Anyways, yeah, so we had to copy this shit down and everybody has to get their assignment notebooks out. And she always just picked on me. So she just came up to me. She sat me in the front of the class. She always had me in the front of the class so she could fucking pick on me. And you know, the desks had like the open underneath. It was like the tabletop, and then underneath there was like the cubby underneath.
Yeah.
And they were like free desks. Like the chair was separate from the actual desk.
Yeah,
and,
they weren't connected.
yeah. And which is weird. We had the bigger space in elementary school, and then once we got to high school, it was like connected, and you couldn't even move. It was like you barely fit in the desk.
Because they keep intertwining the schools as you go. That's why. At least for me, it was like I went to elementary school, and then once I got to middle school, 3 elementary schools were fitting in a building. And then once I got to high school, then 4 different middle schools were fitting in a high school building.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So you're getting bigger and bigger and
bigger.
Well,
no, the desks themselves, like they were like shrinking.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, for the space, I guess.
Yeah, for the space of more
like,
students. And then typically in high school, you carry your backpack around or you carry your books compared to middle school. Not middle school, but...
You leave it in your homeroom or whatever.
Yeah, or elementary school, you have your desk with your stuff always in it, and you have your assigned seat.
Yeah, you're right. Baron's just snoring away. I don't know if the mic picked that up. He's a sleepy boy. Yeah, but anyways, this teacher, I'm not even going to say her name because I don't know. But, oh my goodness, he's fine. He's just sleeping. Oh, poor boy.
I get scared.
Oh my goodness, he's okay. He's a tough boy. He'll kick those monster booties in his dreams. But yeah, so anyways, she literally came up to me and took my desk and just dumped it on me in front of the whole class. Literally just out of nowhere, she walks up to me and dumps it on my lap. Like, she can just stand in front of it and push it forward. All my books, all my pens, all my pencils, all my erasers, everything comes falling out all over the desk onto my lap and onto the floor. And I'm like, why did you do that? And she was like, you didn't get your assignment notebook out when I asked. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I had to pick all that shit up. And then there's another time where like we did this, it was like an extra credit assignment where you decorate it was weird because you decorate a turkey as Santa Claus was the assignment. I don't know why. I don't know I can't remember if it was a Thanksgiving thing or a Christmas thing, because it was literally a turkey that you had to dress up as Santa Claus. And so, and you get extra credit for it. And so obviously she graded me really hard, so I didn't have the best grade, which I always had A's and B's all the way up until high school, and then high school kind of changed. It was pretty much like C's in everything but my electives, like small engines A, Woods A. I actually went up to Woods 3, and I was the only one in Woods 3. But so she graded me hard in that class, so I needed the extra credit, and I just colored my turkey like Santa Claus and put a little Santa Claus hat, colored it in red, colored it in, and I just turned it in, and she's just like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "That's for the extra credit." And she's like, "All you did was color it." And I was like, "Yeah." And she's just like, I need you to show some creativity." And I'm like, "Okay." And she's like, "Go home and redo it," and gives me another one. And I'm like, "Okay." So then I was like, "Fine." I go to the arts and crafts store with my mom, and we get like fabrics and glitter and stuff like that. And I make everything, like all the hat. I put a little glue a cotton ball onto the top of the hat, glue some cotton fluffs around the rim of the hat. Mm-hmm. And then the red part of the hat is like glittered red, and then like glitter everywhere. And we also got this like lace fabric to do like lacing trim around the coat too, and just like glued all this on with googly eyes, and like did all this like over the top stuff and turned it in. I'm like, "Here you go." And she's just like, "Where did you get this?" And I'm like, "I made it." And she's like, "Where did you get this fabric?" And I was like, "From the arts and crafts store." And she's just like, "Who got it for you?" And I was like, "It was me and my mom that went." And she's like, "Oh, so you want me to give your mom the grade?" And I'm like, you couldn't win with this teacher. Like
that would drive me insane.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. I was like, what the fuck? And I remember I don't know what happened, but I remember times where my mom actually had to come in and have like private sit downs with the teacher. Mm. I don't know, like they kept me out of all that, but yeah. Either way, like she was a bitch.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Let alone, like, you're a child. It's not like you could go to the craft store by yourself. Like,
yeah, I was 9 years old, and I remember that because I turned 10, and, like, again, she, like, made a big deal about it. But it was weird because it was so passive-aggressive, too, because, like, she would do that stuff, and then, like, in the hallways and stuff like that, or anything, like, when parents were around, or anybody else was in the class, like, you know, sometimes the vice principal would sit in on the class. Mm-hmm. She was like so like over the top, smiley and nice and laughy. Like she was always like so like upbeat and cheery when anybody else was watching. Like, and then the second, it was so stereotypical.
Yeah,
it was like
and she's
freaky.
Like,
literally, yeah, literally. Oh God.
Crawling from the shadows.
Yeah, like waiting for her to just like flip inside out, bat wings sprout out of her spine, and oh, oh, and fly out the window.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Demons.
Yeah, literally. Fuck.
Probably was one.
God.
But crazy stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but anyways, connecting to the rapture and all of that. I truly believe in the Bible. It says the only person who knows the timing is God when it comes to anything, especially with that. Like, they always say, like, trust in God's timing for life. But, like, when it comes to the rapture, like, no one can predict the time or day. So I don't think it's going to happen on this specific day. But a lot of people are saying that they think September 22nd is when, or the 22nd or the 23rd will be a big thing, and they think that's when it's gonna happen. The whole point of it is just to prepare that the rapture is gonna happen before it happens. Like, you're not supposed to predict when it's gonna happen and then make amends with God. It's just like you're supposed to just
be a good person.
Yeah. But no matter what, the same day, Number one, I'm scrolling on Instagram with everything that I do. I just follow some like influential people to like be in the loop of like trends and all that. And Miley Cyrus, she had her bomb new song come out of Used to Be Young, and that song's so good and I love it. And she posted a photo of herself, and it's literally the main photo. It's a red background. She's wearing all skin tight black leather outfit with gloves, and she's covering her eye, which those of you who don't know, covering your left eye, or covering, I don't think it's a left or a right, I think it's just like covering one of your eyes, is like see no evil. It's an Illuminati sign. And so she's doing that in her photo, and everyone kept saying like, Miley, what the heck, like why can't you be more discreet about it? Why is like the Illuminati and all this stuff becoming a trend? Because even think like Sam Smith was like half naked on stage with horns and all of that, like fire burning, like dressing up as the devil, like for like whatever that Mommy Don't Know song, whatever that song is. And then yeah, you would know. It played on the radio
so
nonstop.
Far out of my wheelhouse. I don't know.
Yeah, that song played nonstop on the radio. It was like insane. It's disgusting. It's a catchy song, but again,
they make it catchy so it gets drilled into your head.
Exactly.
And then you hear the words. And
also, I still don't understand. Even like someone who isn't religious, Doja Cat's "Paint the Town Red" song. I don't understand how anyone can listen to that and just like dance to it. Like, I'm even the kind of person where even ask Brody, I can listen to beats and ignore like that it's a breakup song, a super sad breakup song, but the beat is so good that either I love it and I can dance to it, or I'll literally force Brody to slow dance with me to a song that it's like, this is a breakup song though.
Yeah, literally.
Because I think it's so like romantic.
I talked about that in the podcast. Did you hear that one? Or
I think I remember you saying that.
Okay, well maybe it's in the one that
we do talk about it a lot. So
yeah, I think it's actually this episode's bonus episode on Wednesday. I think I talk about that.
Oh, really?
So that was recorded before this one, just so you guys know, because I think I say that.
Okay. But yeah.
I'm not copying this podcast.
So then, but even with that song, like, it's just, like, even the music video is so bad. Like, she's literally dressed up as the devil and she's flinging around meat, like raw meat, and and everyone says it's like it's visual and it's whatever. But then also, who's gonna defend her Demons song, literally named Demons, where she's a sleep paralysis demon, the whole music video, and it's of her being possessed. Who's gonna defend that? You know? And
they're demons.
Yeah, literally. But anyway, so I've been reading the whole, like, I've been seeing a lot of things of people predicting September 22nd. And again, I don't think that's what's gonna happen. But again, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep reading the Bible and focus on my relationship with God. But there's certain albums coming out that specific day, and it's Doja Cat's new album. I think it's called Scarlet. And the album cover is a spider. But you see all of her music. She literally turned all of her albums red on Spotify. Like, they're all the color red. Yeah. And she's just gone. And then and you can literally ask anyone. I used to listen to Doja Cat like a year or two ago, but ever since she's just not the same person anymore.
Ever since she sold her soul.
Literally, yeah. Ever since she sold her soul, literally.
She's like a whole different person.
Yeah, she is. It's not her. And then the other album cover, you can look it up, is Drake's newest album coming out. It's called, I think, For the Dogs or something like that. Oh, yeah. But the album cover, if you look at it, it's literally a drawing, but it's like a white drawing with a black background. It's supposed to look like a kid drew it, but it's a white little thing with like white horns and red eyes. What for the dogs? What is that? Like, why does it have red eyes?
I thought it was a white background with a black thing with red eyes.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I can show you the picture right now.
Yeah.
And then the other album is, I don't know the artist. It starts with a K. I think it's like Kylie or something like that. I don't listen to her, but her album cover is of her holding a huge diamond over her eye. Kylie Tension, she's holding a diamond literally over her eye doing the Illuminati also. And
all these albums are being released on
September 22nd. And then Kelly Clarkson, Chemistry, is being released. But the album cover is so weird. Literally look it up. It's so weird. She's putting her arms up and looking up, literally like all the statues of Jesus. But then her dress and everything looks like fire, and it's like all deep and red. Like literally just looking at it, I was like, that looks weird.
And also in the smoke, it literally looks like people grasping for things, like dying.
Well, I think it's just her reflected on each side.
Yeah, it's like in smoke, but look at they look like they're struggling.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean though. But either way, it just looks off. It just looks like really painful. Weird. But then
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, but then look at.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. That's fucked.
Yeah. But it just looks so weird. And I think I'm pretty sure Halsey came out with a new album or came out with a new song. That's Lilith.
I don't know. I feel like everybody thinks that something's gonna happen in our lifetime. I think everybody thinks like, I don't know. I don't think we're ever gonna see anything like
no,
that
but I do feel like there's not something you shouldn't not think it's gonna happen. Just like how there's preppers where they prep for the apocalypse. Doesn't mean it's not gonna happen, or doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Don't even
get me started on that, sister.
It's literally reading the Bible and focusing on your relationship with God and opening up the Bible and like not going to church and basing that off of what you know. No, like if you are someone that's rocky with your faith, do it just you and just open up the Bible and be open, annotate the Bible and just try and understand it, because it was written years ago. So there's going to be things that are going to be weird, or it's not going to make sense. And there's plenty of times that I look up stuff to just see what it means or see what it could potentially mean. And I look at other interpretations of it.
Yeah, I'll say this too. If I were to create a universe or do if I were to create life and people like this, or if I were God making this is exactly how I would have made it, where it's like, I'm not going to tell you when the cutoff is, because then I know you're just working for the cutoff. Mm-hmm. Then I know you're just trying to be, it's like your child doing something good because they know when the reward's coming, or that a reward is coming and when it's coming. I only have to last this long or whatever, rather than no information, and then you can see what your soul is like, whether you're a good person or not, because you don't know what's going to happen. That way I know you're being a good person because you're a good person, not because you're doing it for a reward.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's exactly how I would set it up.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that. And I just feel like you might not know if something's going to happen or not, but on the other hand, sorry, I'm away from the mic. I'm talking forward. You might not know if something's really going to happen or not, but I'm just focusing on everything that's happening with child sex trafficking, all of this stuff happening with Hollywood people, which why do Hollywood people get into all this bad stuff? Because of the Illuminati, and because they get praised where people literally cry meeting them because they're so they saved their life and blah blah blah, that's gonna fuel someone's ego after a while.
Fuck yeah.
And they're gonna think they're God. They're gonna think they're so amazing and and
self-centered and all powerful, and they're gonna get inflated and think they're better.
Exactly. And there's so many little connections, and people know people and all of that that I just noticed that. And then again with Miley being so obvious about her post. And I also did 2 or 3 weeks ago, I saw a YouTube video from a YouTuber creator that I used to watch a lot in high school. Her name was Nessie, but she was really in the group with Logan Paul and Tana Mojo and all those people. You'll know Jake Paul and Logan Paul because they do the wrestling stuff now. But at the time, they were just a channel that did a lot of pranks and all that stuff. But they were rising up. They were super famous then. So many people knew them. They were selling his parrot merch or whatever. So I followed all of them, and Nessie had the same manager as Tana. And long story short, Tana and the manager were saying how she's crazy and she's a psycho and all this stuff, which now she's literally you see her videos. She's does barely post stuff anymore. And now she's been coming out with videos years later. This is like years later, about things she experienced in California. She doesn't live in California anymore. She's not a part of that scene anymore. She just focuses on herself. And ironically, she's super religious now. And she talks about how California, you literally walk in there and that's like the most place where the devil and demons are there. Like, it's like you just feel the energy being sucked out of you in California, and with like the death museum
and the money
and
sucked
all of
right
that.
out of your wallet.
Literally, yeah, soul sucking.
Yeah.
But so she talks about that. But one of her examples that blew up on TikTok, she made a TikTok video about it, was that she would talk about how like people would, like for fame, they would let other celebrities that were super famous use them as vessels to communicate with demons. Like these like satanic Hollywood people that you wouldn't even think about that would be, but they're on the sidelines having other people be vessels for them to communicate with demons and communicate with Satan. And these people like pain, and they'll do anything for fame and money.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a masochist, right? Is somebody
Maybe.
that loves pain or likes pain, like enjoys it.
I think so.
Pretty sure that's
Yeah. And I know that's what the group in Rockford is like, because I heard from people that I know that know people that they didn't even think about that would even be a part of it, that they later on heard some things about. I don't want to get anyone in trouble, so that's why I'm being very vague about how I heard about it. But so then she was saying the story about finally, like, she came out and said what she saw, but she was at a LA party like she always would be, and she's like, and it wasn't even like a big celebrity or like top YouTuber party. It was literally like just going to a friend's house. She's like, but honestly, these mansion parties of just regular people are the places you're gonna find the weirdest stuff. And she said that
they're desperate and they're trying to get fame.
Yes. And so she said she was stumbling around and trying to find the bathroom, or she wasn't stumbling, she was trying to find the bathroom at this party. She opens up a door and it looks like a regular room. It's a regular room. Everything's fine. But there's a table with a bunch of YouTubers, literally, with like, some of them have masks on, maybe not YouTubers, but like to the point where like these people were actually like getting famous. Like she said 2 of the people were actually her friend. Yeah, they were up and coming. 2 of the people were actually her friend, where she like was shocked when she saw them. And they're wearing some masks, wearing like hoods, and they're literally like, she didn't say exactly what it was, but they were doing certain things to this person on the table, and the person on the table was being tortured. They were in pain, whatever they were doing to him or her. I'm pretty sure it was a her. But she was laughing, crying during this. And she even said to this day, she's like, I see this person everywhere. Like, they blew up because of this. And just hearing that kind of stuff where it's like, you can't ignore that. Those stuff actually takes place. You just sell your soul
quickly and now you're on TV.
Yeah, literally. Or you be a vessel for some woman and then you end up on a reality TV show.
That's how it goes. It's like, life's too hard. I'm going to sell my soul quick, and then for the here and now. And then just for the earthly goods, the here and now, sell my soul. And next thing you know, it's like you die and you're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, and a lot of people are connecting that story with the timeline for everything. A lot of people are connecting it to Doja Cat. And now with everything coming out with Doja Cat, where I don't care if it's, number one, it's less popular to be religious, which should say something.
Yeah.
Number two, like to the point where the government and everything's pushing religion out of everything.
Yeah, they've been squeezing religion out of everything forever.
And on top of it, we don't not talk about religion anymore. Now you're seeing celebrities and music artists literally doing satanic stuff on stage and having spiritual seances, to the point where people at Taylor Swift's concerts were saying that they were getting memory loss after her freaking part of her concert, where they do like a little seance in the middle of it, all in cloaks. Like, they do a little spiritual thing in the middle of her concert.
It's fucked.
Yeah. It's just so crazy. And it's just one of those things where if you just do the research with an open mind and you look into these things, like, honestly, I feel like
It's
TikTok has the most unbiased stuff you can see.
It's like a spectrum. Like it's like everybody just kind of like fell into, they pushed out religion, and that's like one end of the spectrum is like being religious, and then you just kind of like fell into like a middle ground, but you kind of like are still a good person, and then everybody's just kind of like got religion out of everything, and then it's like now all of a sudden this shit's kind of like just becoming more normal. It's like it's just a spectrum.
Yeah, and I feel like also, how come the people who are being pushed out more to be popular and are becoming number one on the charts are the ones that are making their music videos literally about demons, or dressing up as the devil, or even if they're not even dressed up like creepily as the devil, if they're just dressed up cute with horns and stuff, still they're like representing the devil. Like that's being pushed more than anything.
Also, like, why is that cool? Because that's still religion. Like, it's still in the Bible and everything. And it's like, why is it cool to dress up as the devil, but like not like Jesus or God?
Yeah.
You know, why is that? It's weird that it's just one end of the spectrum is acceptable.
Yeah.
When it's still all religion.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just weird.
I just feel like what really helped, ironically, was TikTok when it comes to seeing stuff, because if you look up anything on Google, there's going to be articles, there's going to be
Yeah, you're right.
fake news. TikTok is literally people in their houses that are like,
Yeah, you're
look
right.
what I found. And then they'll just talk about something, and they'll be like,
That's a
I
nice
saw this,
thing.
this, and this gathered up, and that's why I have this idea, or I think this is true, you
Free
know?
speech, open
Yeah.
source. Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I just feel like there's a lot going on, and I just feel like it's being pushed so much to the point where, like, I don't even want to watch anything. Like, I don't even want to watch music awards or anything either,
Yeah.
because there's always something satanic and weird, and also people don't realize, like, a lot of the stuff in the Bible too talks about over sexualization, that we're not supposed to be that way. And then now if you look on TV, everyone's always half naked.
Yeah.
Like making out with multiple people. Like there's literally been stage performances of the artist making out with like two guys or something. Like just like the weird, but yet it's art
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, it's fucked.
It is. It's just, and again, like I don't want to come across like biased or anything. Like everyone does have their own opinion, but I just, like I don't know. It's just,
it like bothers you to your core.
and with it being pushed so much too, like again, like religion isn't popular at all either, you know, for you to feel the way that you do. And I just feel like typically
It's not supposed to be popular.
yeah
It's just supposed to be the right thing.
yeah I truly believe that if you just followed, like, I don't know, the Bible's about loving people. I don't know, like, but also keeping your peace, because literally every single time you hook up with someone, you lose a piece of yourself. You get an attachment with them. You get a connection with them.
Yeah, you're giving them a piece.
So then when you're doing that with so many people,
Yep.
you lose
You're
yourself.
dividing yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. You know?
You're breaking yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any small act. Yeah. It's a tough thing to talk about, because it sounds like cliche or shitty, because you hear like the word sin, and a lot of people cringe to that, because it's like, oh my God, everything's a fucking sin.
Yeah.
But because I think that a lot.
Yeah.
I think that I'm like, what the fuck is this, like fucking boarding school or like a military school or some shit like that? Like what the fuck are we even allowed to do?
Yeah. So
But
can I say something
yeah,
about that
yeah.
really quickly?
Yeah.
I just want to say, and that is such a good point, to feel that way and feel like literally everything is a sin, 100%. But the difference is when God put us on this earth, it was for us to not see each other naked. We only had the emotions that we are supposed to have in heaven, which is happiness, which is like just abundance, which is contentment, which is just
love and curiosity.
Yeah, depression, anxiety, all of those emotions come from the devil. Temptation comes from the devil. Like lust comes from the devil. And when Eve had that apple, that opened up everything, where now they both have pull on us regardless. God does and Satan does. Satan can get in our head. He throws things out at you. That's why when you read the Bible, you'll start yawning because Satan's literally just trying to get you to fall asleep to not read the Bible. Like it's things like that, where little things like that to just get you to go away. And yes, everything is a sin, but that's because we technically weren't made by him to do a lot of these things. But now we have these emotions, and the whole point is that God forgives no matter what. Like, he knows we're human, and he forgives as long as you, I don't know how to describe it, but like people who understand, like I've seen people cry because of how much God loves us, because of how forgiving he is. That's his whole thing. It's literally forgive, forgive, forgive.
It's
you
like
need to forgive your
freaking
siblings. And
trench warfare. Like, Earth is literally like no man's land. Yeah, between trench warfare. It's like, yeah, it's like a spiritual warfare going on between two sides, and you choose your side every day with every action you make.
Yep. It's crazy. I can go on and on, but I don't want to scare people off, so.
Yeah. No, that's okay. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're already pretty far in. Yep.
I know. I've been checking on it because I was afraid it turned off again.
No. Yeah, just don't do satanic rituals.
Yeah, be careful. But yeah, that's actually a thing, though. They like pain. It's like the weirdest thing. I don't know why. To them, it feels good.
Oh, fuck, yes. Just shove that cherry red hot knife in my ass.
Oh, gross. Oh, my gosh. I'm trying to remember one of the things I was told that they do, but like something about how they like strap themselves to the wall. I don't know, and they like dangle like for their like, I don't know if it's like they let their blood rush to their head or what, but like something weird like that. I don't remember what. Yeah, that I heard about it. It's weird.
Yeah, that's fucked.
I know that people actually just do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess when you live in California and the vacuum of the world and it's sucking everything out of you, money and your soul, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get by.
Yeah.
The only way to afford to live in California is to sell your fucking soul, I guess.
It's insane.
Fuck.
Yeah. I know.
All right, well, happy 50th episode.
I know. Happy 50th episode.
Oh, fuck.
I'll be back for the 69 one.
Yeah! Yeah, Katie will be back. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness, you. I love
Was
you.
I not supposed to say that out loud?
No, it's fine. You're cute. It's adorable. I love you.
I love you.
You're so funny.
You're so funny. You're the one who actually said that, so.
Yeah.
I'm just repeating it live.
Yeah. That's why it's funny.
Uh-huh. Because you said it?
No.
Oh.
Because you said it.
Oh.
It's just
I thought
funny.
you were no, I thought you were joking at that when I said you said it originally and you were like, yeah, that's why it's funny.
Oh, no.
That's why I thought you said that. I thought you were just
No,
being
it's just
cute and cocky.
It's just funny when you say it.
Yeah. The 69th episode.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's a long one. That's good though. Episode 50. Thank you guys so much.
Telephone.
Oh yeah, don't.
Demons are aliens. Read the Bible.
No, aliens are demons.
Vice versa.
Oh, okay.
Don't let your teacher dump your stuff on you.
Yeah. Fuck.
I think that's about it.
Yep.
The Rapture is coming. September 22nd.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the albums.
Nah. We're gonna be long gone. Just be a good person for fuck's sake. All right. Yeah, be a good person and continue to listen to this podcast. I love the support.
Love you.
If you like what we're doing here, please share. If you got a favorite episode, send it to somebody. That'd be awesome. And don't be afraid to go back and listen to some of your old favorite episodes too. That would be cool also. And follow the podcast. Really helps. Thank you. All right. Any last words?
I don't know why instantly when you said last words, I thought help. Because you made it.
Oh, God.
Because you made it sound like any last words.
Oh, sorry.
Like, no, it's fine. Don't apologize.
Oh,
I'm laughing about it. It's okay. No, I
I'm
don't.
sorry I made you feel that way.
No, stop. Oh my gosh, stop. I meant it as a joke. But that's just what
I
like
don't know if
instantly
I should
popped
be
to my
worried.
head. No! Oh my gosh.
There's something happening that
Peace
I don't know
out.
about.
No. Oh no.
Just kidding.
Mr.
All right.
and Mrs. Frye coming soon in 2025.
Yes. And cheers
If the rapture
to
doesn't happen.
cheers to 50 great episodes and to many more to come. Another great 50 on their way.
Yeah. 69, we're coming for you.
Don't you dare make me spray my drink on this mic.
I'm so proud of myself for that
Oh my
comment.
goodness. Oh my god. I love you so much. You're so funny.
So much.
And adorable. Can't wait till you're Mrs. Frye.
Oh.
I love you. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys all rock. Thanks for your support. Really appreciate it. And we got 50 more to come, so stay tuned.